Jain everyone. It's our day 3 of 90 days probation period of communication skills, in which I will be uploading every day one video for continuously 90 days to see or not see for the purpose of fulfilling this probation period of communication skills. So today I joined an meeting of an serving army officer who told us to how to improve our communication skills. So let's discuss in this video. He started from the scratch that even if a person is from let's say Hindi medium 12th standard student who has never got any exposure with the English language or communication skills, how can he start his journey of learning English as a skill and communication also? So first he told us that it all starts by reading everything. And while reading, it doesn't mean that you read tons of pages and lines and just finishing the book. It's all about understanding the sheer meaning of that words. So how can we? So while doing that, we can use any simple book or to cope up with the interest. So we can choose any book of our interest, English book basically, and try to read from them. And whenever and it's so the motive should be that while I'm reading one line, even if I don't understand any single word, I will first find out the meaning of that word, then I will move forward. It's not like that you are just reading and not getting anything. So it would result like anything. It would be hard work, but so you won't get the fruit na. So it's just like that. So by reading you will have to find out the writing process. So what is the basic myth about the communication skill? That if you can't speak in English, you are bad at communication skills. But communication skill doesn't come by just by speaking. You have various processes, like you have reading, you have writing, and the most which covers the 75% of all this. Like if we consider reading, writing, listening and speaking, the most important aspect, almost 75% of this whole 100% is listening. What does it mean by listening? So there are two things, hearing and listening. So while watching this video you will notice that there is a background music on of a fan or on anything, any object. So if you are hearing that sound and you are ignoring it, that is hearing. But in this video you are hearing to me, but with uh, concentration. So if we hear something with concentration, it is called as listening. And if we just hear something like background something, we ignore them, that is just hearing. So listening is something that while anyone talks in English, you have to listen him with concentration, try to guess what he's telling. And if you don't understand any mean, you can ask them or can find out. There are many ways, there are Google and there's also dictionary. So I've been using an Oxford dictionary paperback, which helps me very much. So let's carry forward on the way. So it starts by reading any book, novel of your interest. So you will be in the loop of the communication. Then move on to writing something of your interest. Start writing essays of your interest. My first writing was and our everyone writing was myself. You read about myself. My name is Abhinav Tiwari. I study in class 10. My mother name is, my father name is, my favorite color, my favorite fruit, my favorite vegetable, this type and everything. Next point is listening. And listening is not like you do something by I am going to for listening for 2 hours. It is a 24-hour process. Whenever you listen something, what will you listen? You should watch English movies, English videos. There is our sir also recommended us to watch Raj Sabha TV, in which English debates and informational debate. You will not just got to hear the English, but informational English that will add up in your information. So that is like listening. So whenever someone talks to you in English, you should hear to them with concentration, which is will be listening, and try to get some knowledge from them, that some words, and try to communicate with them. And the fourth aspect comes, which is speaking. So all these combine, and practice. Eventually they result as an communication skill. And we should not worry about communication skill because it is a skill, na? So it can be acquired, we can acquire it, we can get it by the practice. It doesn't get done by from one day. I have been speaking. So 4 years ago I was very confident about my result in English language in my 10th standard, but I got a setback when I got the minimum marks in that language. So then I decided that I will try to improve my marks, and then eventually now it is something like that. I think something, my default language is English. So it goes like that, it takes time. Now I have been 4 years and I have eventually, and now I also am learning and I'm preparing. So, and first, while doing all these things, reading, writing, listening, speaking, you have to build up confidence, because communication is a skill, you have to portray that, na? So what will be like that you are portraying something, a gift, but without wrapping it. It should be processed and it should be presented very nicely, na? So you should see it like that. Okay, so that's all for today's video. Today I made a mistake. Throughout all day I wasn't able to gather information about today's topic. So at the end of the time I was forced to make a video on today's meeting, which I just covered of 1.5 hours. So sorry for today, but we will catch up tomorrow with a informational topic. And this is also informational. You can use this video to get some information how to improve your communication skills if you are working from a very long time, or if you are starting from a scratch. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Let's see meet in next video. This is day number 3, 90 days probation period. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.